Guys, Dave here. Just wanted to check in today. Some developments occurred last night. So last night I was working on my daughter's Halloween costume, where I had to cut some poster board, cardboard, to make a sword, and I sliced a piece of my finger off. It was about 1 centimeter long by like maybe 3 millimeter wide by 2 millimeter deep cut, and the chunk of my finger basically came off, and I was bleeding profusely, and we had to figure out how to stop the bleeding and get to a hospital. So I hadn't been to a hospital here in the Philippines yet, and quickly took a towel, wrapped it up, applied pressure, and my wife called around and found the nearest hospital. Happened to be, let's see, it's called the San Juan de Dios Educational Foundation Hospital, um, about uh, 5 to 10 minutes away by Grab from where we live. And so we drove over there and stopped off in the ER. Um, it was a pretty quick process. Got there, they took my information, put a wristband on my arm, and put me in the emergency room in a chair, since all the beds were full. It was pretty packed. Um, and then maybe 30 minutes later, a nurse was able to kind of get to me, triage me, and stop the bleeding, at least temporarily, until the doctor could come and take a closer look. So the end result was they packed the wound, because I couldn't stitch the wound because of how close it was to the edge of the finger. And they packed it. They gave me a tetanus shot, which was actually two shots, one in my arm, one in my leg. And they also gave me an IV shot. So they started an IV line, and then used a syringe to put a medication that was to slow the bleeding, and then just pack the wound, because if I was to stitch the finger at the tip, they said it would cause a deformation of my finger. So all we can do is pack it, prescribe me antibiotics, pain reliever, and also a medication that would also help with bleeding if bleeding was to continue. So now I'm on day two. So that happened last night around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night was when I cut my finger. As you can see, it's all packed up right now. Um, and then I was out of there, out of the ER, probably by like 9 or close to 9:30. I was out of there. But I wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown of how much everything cost. So this was out of pocket, no insurance, and my doctor visit. My doctor visit was for the emergency services unit was 3,952 pesos, and the professional fee was 1,500 pesos. So professional fee, I think, is a doctor's fee. Emergency services unit is the use of the emergency room and time in there, whatever equipment they needed. A further rundown of the bill, and I'll post that on the screen. Um, they had a breakdown of each of the things that they charge for the emergency services unit. So um, it says that the emergency services section services fee was 1,000 pesos. The hemostan, which is the injection to uh, kind of slow the bleeding, was 410 pesos. Injection pad was 6.75 pesos. There's two of them. So it's like the little band-aids that they put on once they put in, they gave me my little tetanus shots. Um, the Insight adapter, which was what was used for the IV, was 118 pesos. Little sterile transparent dressing was 28 pesos. Alcohol swab was, for two of them, was 4 pesos. A syringe was 14 pesos. Another syringe pre-filled was 63 pesos. Another syringe for the tetanus shot. This was the big one. Was 2,165 pesos. So, the total emergency service fee was 3,952 pesos with a 1,500 professional fee for the doctor, who was 1,500 pesos. So that was the total. And then the medication that they prescribed to me, which I paid for at their pharmacy, was for a Hemostan pills, for 9 pills, which was unit price was 58 pesos, and the total price was 522 pesos. Amoclav tablet for 14 pesos, 14, sorry, for a quantity of 14, which is the pain reliever, which is used as needed. It was 66.5 pesos per unit, and it was 931 pesos total. And the Coxbitter capsule, which is the antibiotic capsules I have to take, is a quantity of 10 at 33.75 pesos per pill, for a total price of 337.5 pesos. So the total for all of my medications for this visit was 1,790.95 pesos, which, with no insurance, it is definitely affordable for someone to come here. And if you have to use emergency services, there's reasonable costs for no insurance. Now, if of course, for large events, like if you have cancer treatment, heart attack, bigger events, having insurance is definitely something you should consider, because insurance here is affordable. But if you just have to get to the emergency room or get medication, it's a lot cheaper here than even in the States with insurance. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea of how that goes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take a picture of my wound when it happened. I think I was more on survival mode, so I was just busy trying to stop the bleeding and get to the hospital, and I didn't get a chance to take a picture of the wound. But I will maybe post a picture of the wound later on in Instagram when I do my wound care, or maybe I'll pop a picture up here of when I clean the wound later, before I edit the video, so that you guys can get an idea of what the wound looks like. But definitely have to be more careful working around box cutters, so that doesn't happen again. But anyhow, all right, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and put a like on this video, so you can get more content as I pump it out as we journey through the Philippines. This is Retired Plus 3 signing out.